Hey guys, it's Hannah Hart's Book 6, and today I'm going to be talking about the 5 fantasy series that I want to read. So I am not a big fantasy reader. I have only read one fantasy series, and that was Harry Potter, and I'm just kind of nervous about fantasy series, but I have heard great things about these, and I can get them from my library, or I have them, and I'm just really excited to start them, so I'm going to get started. The next fantasy series I want to read is the Shades of Magic Trilogy by V.E. Schwab. I read V.E. Schwab's book Vicious in February, and I loved it, and I am so thrilled to continue on with her books because I think she's an amazing writer. I stalk her on Instagram, basically, her Instagram stories, and she's always giving good writing advice and life advice and mental health tips, and I just think that she is so gifted, and I've heard that she's amazing at world building. And this book is about parallel Londons and a boy named Kel who can travel through the Londons, and I just have heard so much hype about this book series on Booktube, and I am going to be participating in the Darker Shade of Read-alongs hosted by Common Spence. I will leave the links down below to the Darker Shade of Read-alongs announcement video and Twitter for more information on that. And I just think that read-along came at the perfect time for me to finally begin this series and read more of V.E. Schwab's books, which are always just a great time. The next fantasy series I want to read is the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, and these books are all retellings of classic fairy tales. This first book is about Cinder, and it's sci-fi. I'm pretty sure all of them are sci-fi, and Cinder is a cyborg, and Cinderella is one of my favorite fairy tales, so I just think that this series will be so incredibly fun. I know it gets a lot of hype on Booktube. I think a twist on a classic fairy tale will be just what I need for a light fall read. The next fantasy series that I want to read is Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead, and I think that this series will be the perfect fall, end of summer read, and it'll be trashy YA, so I won't have to pay attention that much, and I just think that it will be a light, crazy, fun ride, and it'll be like the Twilight for 22-year-old Hannah, and I just think that this series will be a whole lot of fun, and I just need more vampires in my life, I guess. And I already have the first 2 books, so I am well versed to start the series because I've heard that this is a highly addictive series. The next fantasy series I want to read is the Grisha Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, and this book I don't know that much about, but I do know that it's pretty hyped on Booktube. I know that a love triangle is at the forefront of this book between Alina, Mal, and the Darkling, and some people hate the Darkling, and some people love the Darkling, and so I'm super excited to see which camp I'm in, and I'm so excited to get into this Grishaverse and figure out all the things about the Grishaverse that make it so amazing and make it so wonderful. And also, I got this book for under $4 on Amazon, so I will leave a link below to let you know if it is still available for that price, because it's a super pretty edition of it, and I just think that this will be a great fantasy series. The next fantasy series I want to read is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and this is another story set in the Grishaverse. And I know that you don't have to read the Grisha trilogy first, but I definitely want to because I just think that it'll be great to get all the world building in from the first book series where she had 3 books to develop the world, because I've heard that in 6 of Crows she doesn't go into that much of the world building, and that would definitely be confusing for me, so I'm gonna have to start with the Grisha trilogy, but I'm totally fine with that. 6 of Crows is like a heist novel, and I think that that would be so fun and so intriguing, so thrilling, so enticing, and I'm pretty sure it'll just keep me reading until the very last page, and then I will have to pick up Crooked Kingdom next. So those are the 5 fantasy series that I just desperately want to read. Leave in the comments down below what fantasy book series that you want to read, and recommend me some fantasy series that you like to read. Out of these 5, which ones are your favorites? Which one do you think I should start with? I think that I'm going to start with the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy because I'm doing the Darker Shade of Read-alongs. but you can leave in the comments down below what is the second series that I should start. Subscribe down below if you want to see me read all these series. Click the bell to be notified when when my wrap-ups and vlogs and whatnot are posted, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!